What happens when a moment of temptation spirals into a chain of irreversible decisions? This is the story of King David and Bathsheba, a story of desire, deceit, and the heavy cost of sin. Bathsheba, a woman of breathtaking beauty, was married to Uriah, one of King David's most devoted soldiers. While Uriah fought bravely on the battlefield, Bathsheba stayed behind at home. One fateful evening, she decided to bathe in the privacy of her courtyard. However, what she couldn't foresee was that her actions would set the stage for one of history's most infamous scandals. King David, resting on his balcony, caught sight of Bathsheba. At that moment, he was not just a king, but a man overtaken by desire. Somehow, despite all his wisdom and status, he couldn't look away. Her beauty consumed his thoughts, igniting an overwhelming lust that clouded his judgment. David acted on his impulses, summoning Bathsheba to the palace. And there, despite knowing she was a married woman, he committed adultery. It was a reckless act, one that didn't just end there. Bathsheba later approached him with news that left the king's heart pounding. She was pregnant. Panicked and desperate to hide his sin, David concocted a plan. He summoned Uriah back from the battlefield, hoping he would spend time with Bathsheba, giving the appearance that the child was his. However, Uriah was a man of unwavering integrity. Refusing to enjoy the comforts of home while his comrades were still fighting, he stayed away from Bathsheba. When David's initial plan failed, he made a decision that shocked even himself. Somehow, the man after God's own heart plotted murder. David sent Uriah to the front lines, ensuring his death in battle. Uriah's loyalty became his undoing. Bathsheba was left devastated by her husband's death, mourning the loss of a good and honorable man. Soon after, David married her, thinking the scandal had been buried. But then, tragedy struck. The child born from their union fell gravely ill. For 7 agonizing days, David prayed and fasted, pleading with God to spare the child's life. Finally, the moment of heartbreak came. The child died, a punishment for the sins David had tried so hard to conceal. The weight of his actions came crashing down on him. David was no longer just a king, he was a broken man, overwhelmed by guilt and regret. And yet, this is not where the story ends. The surprising twist? Even after such grievous sins, David found a way back to God. He confessed, repented, and sought forgiveness. Not just from God, but from himself. Through his brokenness, he learned that while sin leads to consequences, redemption is always possible for those who seek it. This story reminds us that no one is beyond failure, but equally, no one is beyond redemption. The choices we make carry weight, but it's what we do after those choices that define us. Thanks for watching. If this story moved you, subscribe to our channel for more stories of humanity, grace, and the unexpected twists that shape our lives.